When you first enter the website GaryIsTheWorst.com, you are greeted with the message, "I am the greatest musician of all time. People are dying to be my fan." A loser, failed musician searches for women to become his fans, but they chose death instead. Gary the Coldway Killer. And then there's a big red button that says join the kill list. Now, I've been a fan of my fair share of cult bands, but this certainly puts it over the top. The amount of effort that goes into this website is quite shocking. As we scroll down on this website, the next section says, "My masterpiece is coming, art demands sacrifice." Talking about a short film that whoever they are stopped him from releasing, and next to it is a trailer of this film. However, I can't play it due to copyright. As we continue to scroll, he says my performances are unforgettable, and reiterates the fact that people are dying literally to listen to his music or watch his short film. And then, as we scroll even further, there's a section that says, "The ones who couldn't escape." And these are all the victims of his music, claiming that they died. And then there's a section where people give their reviews of his music and short film, which to me looks like a fun take on testimonials. There's also an email listed at the very bottom, which I did send an email to, and nobody replied with anything. After you enter email, you are directed to a page where you can get early access, quote unquote, to the music and the short film. When you click this stuff, it will prompt you to enter your credit card info, which I didn't do because I didn't feel like paying for this stuff. While it's only $10, I didn't think that it would be worth it for this video because I would end up not being able to share any of this with you guys. If you're interested, you can go to the website. This artist also has a YouTube page, but there's pretty much nothing on this YouTube page. The main thing on here is the trailer for that short film. I read a couple statements on Reddit from people who actually did spend the $10, and they said that the short film was probably not worth it. Other people said that the music and the short film use his real victims' screams as noises and sound effects. So, sounds like a pretty cool cult art project, but I would not be convinced that it's actually anything real, obviously. The Watchers looks like a website that I think is connected to some type of game. It just has that vibe to it, and it reads, "The three eyes. They need to see, they need to watch. Three eyes, one truth, a secret rating to be revealed. Eye of knowledge, decoding the symbols. Eye of observation, seeing the unseen, hearing the unheard. Eye of unity, three united in time and space." And then you can enter a translation and hit submit. I entered random stuff long enough until I just entered the most obvious, I. And here's exactly what happens when you enter that. Not only is the noise extremely loud, but then it says to shut off your camera, indicating that it would be watching you. I don't think it actually has access to your camera or anything like that, but it's definitely connected to some other thing. I'm just not exactly sure what it is. I tried entering just tons of other words in, but the only thing that even rings anything is eyes. So, you guys can go mess around and see if you can find anything else out about this website. I will have to warn you guys, the next website is a little bit graphic. Now, it's not like gore or anything like that, but I don't know, some people don't like seeing blood, which is technically is that, so just be wary of that. Twilight Headquarters will just be a website that redirects you to different websites. When you Google this website, vampire will be on the results, and that's not surprising considering what is on this website when you click around for a while. Clicking around, you'll end up on a page with placenta recipes. Now, this isn't that crazy, as I've heard of people eating the placenta before. However, I haven't seen it laid out quite like this. They have many different recipes with placentas, laid down to the T of all the ingredients you're going to need to mix it with. What's crazier is that these recipes come from a magazine in which it is cited, and they even have critics citing how stuff tastes. Even somebody who has seen 2 placentas in person, it's still shocking to come across this website specifically, and I could never imagine eating the placenta, and definitely not cooking it up as a gourmet meal. Freeonline.money is a website that will shock you immediately upon clicking on it. At first, you're thinking that you're getting scammed or hacked, and it has a bunch of jargon about how you can make so much money. You need to transfer money from account to account, and then when you go down to click on the Request Now button, which most people wouldn't do because they are scared they're getting hacked, it will redirect you to a booking page for reservations at the restaurant Billy After Dark. Billy After Dark is a real speakeasy which I've been to. This link was made so you could send it to your friends and freak them out. Well, nowadays you can actually just access their booking page directly from their real website. When they first announced this speakeasy, there was no real website, and that was the only thing you got was the free money website. When it comes to obscure websites, they're not always creepy or dark. Half of the fun of looking at just different websites is just how obscure some websites can be, or how unexplainable the domains are. It's not always something that is creepy or scary, just something that makes you scratch your head and wonder why. And that's what these next 2 are. One of them I wonder why, and the other one, I just think it's a great website that's definitely obscure. How.com is certainly one of these types of websites. Because the domain is how.com, and then it happens to just be some weird Matrix website, it allows you to take the red pill or the blue pill. And we all know what happens if you click these, but the website allows you to click them anyways. And when you click the red pill, it tells you that reality protocols are initiated, and you have chosen wisely. Welcome to the truth behind the code. It's extremely strange to me that this fan website of Matrix just has the domain how.com. They never expected anybody to actually find this website, in my opinion, with how.com. This is certainly just because they are a fan of Matrix. Unless this is somehow linked to the movies in a way that I don't understand, and you guys do, then I think it's just weird. It's even weirder that the only thing you can do is select these 2 options and then move your mouse around and uncover a picture in the back. There's nothing else you can do on this website at all. Perhaps it was somebody who made this website for a college class or something, and they just titled it how.com because they needed a domain to stick it on, and this was a cheap one. I'm not quite sure. This next website, while not creepy or scary, is definitely obscure, and is my definition of a really awesome atmosphere. Let's check it out. This website was made with a website builder called NeoCities, and the website is simply called Town. And it is a town dark at night, and the only thing you can do is scroll through it, which brings you up and down the street. It is such a vibe that I just want to let it play, and I'll end the video that way. I don't want to interrupt it at all. So I hope you've enjoyed these websites. I'm officially back from the break I was taking, and I'll be working on some really good videos. Thanks for watching.